All secrets have a story behind them. This poem I am reading next tells that story. Light revealed. A happy story, you say, a joyful outlet to direct your energies, but negative pulses overflow, maintaining her usual status quo. Still, she can embrace this new challenge, this new dawn breaking. Maybe she can recapture the life she's making. A new picture might be painted, a new song might be heard. A woman that was once silent might finally be able to speak words. Words that reveal her soul, telling stories that unfold all her tears and secrets, all her hopes and dreams. Maybe the scars aren't as noticeable after all. Maybe she'll find peace despite all her flaws. She lifted her eyes to the sunlight, welcoming the warmth on her skin. The sun smiled at her and said, "Let the light in." She thought about it for a moment, thinking, how bad could it be? After the shadows lifted, I realized that woman was me. Okay, so do you see this happy face? It's a genuine happy face. Not a mask with a smile plastered on it, but happy. So let's take a peek into my story. We're gonna unpack this a little bit, shall we? Okay, so it took a long time and a lot of love and support, understanding, and patience from my closest friends and counselors to understand how much a lifetime of sexual abuse, overall trauma had affected my mindset. Let's see, I was molested, stalked, assaulted, married to an abusive man. It was a pretty ugly cycle that needed to be broken. It needs to be broken. So, for many, many years, I struggled to understand why I reacted to things the way I did. Ordinary things, voices that rose above a whisper, looking into people's eyes during conversations that did not happen, walking past a group of men, just everyday things, put me into a panic mode. I didn't realize how much I held my breath around people, where I prefer to just stay home at any cost, literally. Homebody, I am not leaving the house. Speaking of costs, I didn't have insurance or the $2,500 it was going to cost for 10 sessions at, these places offering trauma treatment. So what did I do? Well, I didn't know what to do because I had no idea that resource centers existed who serve people, whether or not they had insurance, whether or not they had money, or could afford to pay at all. Hello, there's places out there that help people like me. But in my unknowingness, I continued to have nightmares and panic attacks. I refused to deal with feelings of pain and rejection. Basically, I faked being happy and optimistic all the time. I literally faked it till I make it. But I'm still making it. I couldn't handle confrontations. I couldn't watch movies or TV shows with sex scenes or long kissing scenes. Even if it was consensual, it was no, I don't want to watch it. I was suicidal by the time I was 29. I was a spiraling mess. Fortunately, I was put in touch with Kings County Sexual Assault Resource Center, aka KSARC. I wasn't working at the time. I had no money. I had no insurance. But, nevertheless, 3 weeks later, after my call in January 2017, I had my first appointment with their trauma therapist, Molly. And, this help was available to me at no cost. When I started, I was pretty tight-lipped. So I shared some of my poems with Molly. Instead, it was, just easier to express myself in that way, in vague way, in verses. Poems like I just shared, the ones I shared with Molly, much darker, way darker. but I'm not in that place anymore, thank God. Therapy wasn't what I expected. It was a safe place. It took me a while to open up, but once I did, I started relaxing. It's not like laying on the couch and all the stuff you see on TV. Anyway, so, we focus on 3 worst memories. And each memory had their own unveiling and pain. The process they use for traumatic therapy is prolonged exposure therapy. And initially, the center gives you 12 to 16 weeks to use their services for free. I was there for a year and a half because let me tell you, 12 to 16 weeks is not enough time to unpack a life of trauma. I wasn't rushed or pushed out. Thank God. Molly took the time I needed to get everything under control. So, are all my days butterflies and unicorns? No. But now I am much more open and aware of my own feelings, reactions. I'm just aware, I'm a generally happy person. But now I know it's okay not to be okay, as long as you don't get stuck there. And that's the key, not getting stuck. My hands shake a lot less. I can make eye contact when I speak to people. Men and women alike. I can look in their eyeballs. I'm like, hello. Full disclosure, I still don't like watching shows with sex scenes or long kissing scenes, but I'm a lot further than I used to be. I don't freak out and cry to have nightmares about it like I used to. That's a whole another story. And I sleep better, and we all know what better sleep does for all of us. Hello. Much happier. I owe my future to a little hole-in-the-wall resource center. I wouldn't be here speaking to you right now if I didn't have access to, free resources that help me overcome my past, help me recognize certain skills that I can use to navigate things. How many of you knew about resource centers like KSARC? I didn't know. I asked people who live in Seattle their whole lives, grocery baggers, Uber, Lyft drivers, people I meet on the metro, people on the bus, people I just walk in my neighborhood. Nobody knows about them. It's crazy, especially considering all the awesome work they do. Which is what brings me to this next part. By the grace of God, a series of events, and starting from when I was in the Navy, led me to a person to another person, who in turn got me in touch with KSARC. There was a 3-week waiting list, but I know of places with 3 to 6 months, waiting list. Dun dun dun. Enter HOPE. Okay? HOPE, Healing, Outreach, Purpose, and Encouragement. There are gaps in this realm that need to be bridged. Gaps in the realm of helping people overcome trauma. Gap 1, awareness. Gap 2, waiting list. Gap 3, lengths of treatment. People who are ready for help shouldn't have to search high and low for it. You would not believe how many people I hear say, I can't afford it, I can't afford help, I don't have insurance, or I don't know where to go, or even how to start. Hello, I was one of those people. And, knowledge truly is power, and knowing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel is the first step toward healing. The second step is reaching out for said healing. This is a step that almost did me in. When I finally summed up the courage to take on my traumatic past because I was determined to have a future, there is a 4-month waiting list were not the words I wanted to hear. 4 months is an eternity to people in pain. I wouldn't have made it 4 more months by myself. I was already on the edge of that suicidal precipice. Support is so vital and is so needed from the time a survivor reaches out to when they are established at a facility. And once at that free resource facility, time for true inner healing shouldn't have a set window. I mean, I understand why there are limits currently. The resource centers have their own cost to cover and can't afford to give, infinite free help away all the time for years and years and years. But what if they could? What if there was a virtual establishment that could help people immediately while they are waiting to get into a physical resource center location? What if there was a place to come back to if after 12 to 16 weeks of intense therapy wasn't enough? What if there was hope for every single person who has been affected by sexual abuse or rape? Well, there is, and that's hope. Hope is on a mission to bridge those gaps to help assist already established centers to reach people in rural areas who might not have access to any free resource centers. We can't do it alone, though. We need your help. For more information on how you can plug into this cause, drop a comment below, message me, or you can email Hope directly to this address, and that email address is info@wingstohope.org. Thank you.